Hello YouTube, this is Patriconius here, and I am super excited to be bringing some Sword and Shield content to this channel. If you're new to the channel, this channel is primarily focused on Wi-Fi battles. Same basic team. I wanted to feature each of these teams for 2 videos or roughly 4 to 5 fights each. I did go online yesterday, and if you see up here, I did battle 3 more times. I did lose one, but I also lost one and gained 2 more wins, and that put us up to the Pokeball tier. So this should be interesting, jumping up tiers. So again, check my opponent's team here. You got a Mimikyu, Ferrothorn, the Dragon type, Corsola, Dracovish, and Toxapex. So right off the bat here, this is going to be a pretty good fight to see if this basic team can stack up. Because you got the Mimikyu, which is always an issue if it's disguised. Ferrothorn, another major meta Pokemon. You got that little Corsola thing there that's carrying an Evilite, so that's going to be extremely hard to hit unless we have knockoff. That'd be the best option, and this team's not running any knockoff. Dracovish, which if it goes first, it's going to do insane damage with its water. It's like base 180, so it's almost an instant KO, and then Toxapex. So this is actually going to be a really hard game to win, because when you start building your team, pretty much every Pokemon on that opposing team is something you need to be prepared for, and this team is not really that prepared for any of it. I think I'm going to lead Haxorus and bring Cinderace and a Rillaboom. Something that I noticed is I'm actually really liking Rillaboom. I probably will be one of the first Pokemons I actually breed on the team for myself alone, because Rillaboom's been surprisingly good in these last videos. Even though it hasn't been featured much, it's like lived Dynamax life with 3 Fire Blast on a grass type, which is crazy. So for me, the whole team was kind of an issue here of theirs. So I wasn't too concerned about who they led, because every single Pokemon on that team, I don't have any hard counters built in. And this video is a really good one for all the newer Pokemon trainers, because every single one of those Pokemon on the opposing team, you will probably fight at least one of them on every single team. So I switched into my Cinderace to take the hit. I am going to hit the plus button and see if I can just go fire a Pyro Kick. So there are some water types in here, but I'm just going to go straight for the Pyro Ball. So he did go for the withdrawal, which is the smart play. But if I can fish for a burn on something, that'd be amazing. So I am getting close to the part where I don't know if I have enough HP to last. So in this case here, because of the Dynamax feature, this Dragapult will go first, but I don't know if I have enough health left. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to Dynamax this and set the sun. The reason I'm going for the Dynamax is to get that extra little bit of health, and then I'll have Weather and Fire, which is really going to stall out that Ferrothorn. Plus, once this Dragon's gone, Haxorus will have an easier time. So, Phantom Force, so he vanishes for 1 turn. So that's actually a really good move on the Dragapult that I'm building for my team. One of the strategies I will be using is to Phantom Force. Yeah, sorry. I was just seeing if I wanted to get a certain buff, because sun's already up. I didn't know if I wanted to get a defense boost. This max steel spike should kill it at this level. Yeah. Actually, the smart play would probably have been setting the psychic terrain to stop priority attacks instead of getting that defense boost. Sorry, we'll go back. Dragapult, Phantom Force. Something that I was looking into is a way of stalling out Dynamax because they're so powerful. And Dragapult was one of them, but as you see, it's pretty frail as well. Toxicity. So having Psychic Terrain on the last turn would have been a benefit. That would have been the best play because I would have got Psychic Terrain, and then with Toxapex coming in, I would have been able to get a higher boost on that Psychic. But we'll see what we can do. Almost picks up the knockout. Cinderace on this team is probably my favorite Pokemon. And it's running Life Orb, max speed, max attack. I don't think you want to do anything different. So on this team here, I feel besides its nature, it's pretty much a perfect Pokemon. And when its hidden ability becomes active, you know, like when Game Freak or the Pokemon Company and Game Freak release the hidden ability starters, expect Cinderace to make a huge impact on the meta game. So this is one of the reasons here you always got to watch out for these like Toxapex and Ferrothorns. They're extremely good at stalling and poisoning. So as you see, I got the one hit off, but I haven't succeeded to hit it again, and it's already regained its health. And the play we could have seen is if it would switch into Ferrothorn or not. But if I was playing with the Toxapex, my Cinderace is almost gone. There'd be no need to switch unless you were fearing that I was also going to switch. Which actually might be a great idea if I live this turn. It's just go straight for a switch. He stays in. So close. So this is something also in it's a lot more prevalent in single battles, is this style of stall. What this Toxapex is doing is called stalling. So it poisons you or statuses you and then just lets you go down slowly. Here's something cool too, I just noticed here. If you look at Rillaboom or Haxorus and you go to like the move Outrage, on the side of it says effect, super effect, not very effective. So you know that you can see some moves. So if you're worried about what can I hit or I'm not too sure about Toxapex, they gave you a way of basically checking it out. Now I do want to hit it with an Earthquake, so I'm going to bring in the Haxorus because it's stronger. And then Rillaboom does no Earthquake and a fighting move for the Ferrothorn, where Ferrothorn can only use like Leech Seed or Gyro Ball. So I feel that's the safer back end play. Or I'd rather have Rillaboom face Ferrothorn on a 1v1 than Haxorus. So we should go first. We'll see how much bulk this guy has. Bulk is just usually the term for how much HP and defense investment they have, or yeah, defensive investment they have. So Earthquake's able to pick it up. Haxorus is also a Pokemon on this team that's very surprisingly I'm enjoying to use. There's no need. I'm just going to keep spamming Earthquakes. It's a 2 versus 1 situation now. And we just need to chip and chip and chip and chip. And that's something you, if you're playing a stall team, they usually are ready for you to do boost. So you have, I guess basically, they're usually ready to stall out your boost. So my personal preference when to deal with stalls is just to keep hammering them. Don't ever let them hammer, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, they'll get a recovery, they'll get a leech seed, and then their health will spiral, and that's the point. So usually if you can KO them in like the first 2 turns, you're okay, but as soon as it starts going to 3 or 4 turns, that's an issue. So now it dynoed, so it health doubled. So when you Dynamax, if you have all those candies, it doubled. So if you saw the damage there, and it's raising its defense, if you saw what happened there was, I did about half health to it when I first, and then I did it looked like a quarter health. Well, that is a quarter health because I did half health. So when you are paying attention or playing these games, know when they Dynamax, you have to have them fully Dynamaxed up their candies. But 9 times out of 10, if you're Dynamaxing a Pokemon, their health is going to double. So if you did half damage, you're going to do a quarter damage, right? If you kill a Dynamax, that means you would have killed 2 of them, right? So just keep that in mind when you're trying to stay in. I know a couple of the last games, I was like, oh, I can do it because this, then they Dynamax. And it's like, no, now I'm only doing a quarter of their health because it's doubled up. So you're still doing the same amount of damage. And that's why if you ever want to make a Pokemon bulkier, usually they just add HP. And that's what they did in this game as well. So it's awesome because it allows any Pokemon to survive a bigger hit or become thicker or bulkier. So there's no reason for me not to just keep going, but I am going to hit the superpower. So Rillaboom's grass, so Leech Seeds, Power Whips, they can't do much to me. So that's why I wanted Rillaboom in the back. And Superpower is super effective. So we did pull the win, and I'm really excited about that because every single one of those Pokemon on that team is a meta Pokemon, which is awesome. Just awesome, actually, to think that this team, this rental team, basic rental team, is actually getting a decent amount of wins from just hanging out and playing. And the games are so fast to find. It's actually really awesome. All right, in next, checking out this team here. So you got Ditto, a Charizard, Dragapult, Grimmsnarl, which is my favorite of the new Pokemon. Why don't you guys leave a comment? What's your guys' favorite new Pokemon? Like mine is Grimmsnarl. So much so that I spent like 30 hours shiny hunting. I didn't find one just because I wanted that silver Grimmsnarl. Probably go back to it later. Como-O and this Ice Cube thing. I think it's Ice Face and No Ice, which is just a cheeky name. He locked in. I'm probably going to need to bring Togekiss because Togekiss can take care of a decent amount. Cinderace is seeming to always be good. I don't see a purpose of bringing Rillaboom in this one with the ice and the fires. So I think the better play is it's going to be Haxorus again. So let's go back here. I want to lead Haxorus this time, because then I can switch into either the Togekiss and the Cinderace, depending on their leads. And make sure, the end of my last video there, I did not hit that done button. I did not select it in time, and it auto grabs the first 3 Pokemon. So if you're worried about it, you can always just put the top 3 you guys you use in the top, just in case it happens, or just make sure you hit the button in time. The music is great. I don't know if anyone has noticed, but the music in this game is awesome. Okay, so this is not what I wanted. As you see, it's got a fairy, it's a fairy dark typing. If you didn't know that, you can just hit that Y button, go up here, dark fairy. Now, this Pokemon's really cool because it has Prankster and it has Fake Out and all these other cool tactics, but it also has a fairy that lowers my special attack. So this Pokemon here, do have Poison Jab, and I will be faster. I'm going to switch into the Togekiss. It's just safer. I like to keep Haxorus for a potential if I need to Mega Dynamax and need it. I'll keep it as a potential, but Togekiss here is a fairly safe play because it knows Fairy and Dark moves. Then it's its signature Fairy move, so it shouldn't do too much damage. Also, it's got 2 abilities, Prankster and Frisk. So by knowing my Pokemon, I know it's a Prankster Pokemon because the Frisk didn't target. And it's just safe for me to go Dazzling Gleam. I just want to wear this guy out. So Light Screen's up because it has priority due to its ability Prankster. So Dazzling Gleam's still doing a decent amount of damage, even behind the screen. And now the option here is I can go for another Dazzling Gleam, or I can use Air Slash and fish for flinches. The reason I'm going to fish for flinches is if we look at Togekiss, it's got ability there, Serene's Grace, boosts the likelihood of additional effects occurring, which makes Air Slash almost a 50-50. So I am going to go for the Air Slash because I want to also kind of want to stall out the screen. So if I can get a flinch, and then if you want, I'm going to check this how much screen's lifetime is. So it's 5. So it's actually better for me. Like I can do the damage with Dazzling Gleam, but because there's Light Scream, I'm not going to OHKO or kill it off. So I'm actually safer just to go for flinches, believe it or not. I would really like, and now I got a special attack. Drop. It's still going to go for Spirit Blade break, so again, just going to sack Togekiss, do as much damage as I can. I would really like if this Togekiss had like a Citrus Berry instead of, it's got like Expert Belt, so it does more damage if the Pokemon so I am going to go with the Haxorus, and the reason behind it is I'm going to use Poison. I'm going to take a Brisk, basically. I'm going to Poison Jab because it's got its Light Scream, so Grimmsnarl doesn't have the best defenses. So Poison Jab at this level will KO it, but I wanted to know if it was a dual screen, and here we go. So it is a dual screen. But I did get the poison, so I did get a lucky poison off here. So it was a good play by my opponent. It took Grimmsnarl and just, there's a common set if you want to be offensive, you can use like Bulk Up, which with its Prankster gets it more, but these extra screens are really nice. Very good for defensing. A screen will cut any damage in half. So if you're going to hit 100, you're going to hit 50. Now, I got two options here. I feel like Charizard won't, there's no moves it can learn. So it's Dragon Pulse that I don't think will like knock me out. So I'm gonna take a risk and go for a Dragon Dance. And then depending on how much damage I have left, I'm gonna go straight for a Dynamax. So he's decided to Dynamax. So hopefully he's not Dynamaxing into like Dragon Pulse Dynamax, because that probably will knock me right out. So we'll see what he does. So he's just doing Max Flare. Dragon resists fire, so I should live this. Yeah. Fire does get boosted next turn. Something to note. So now his fire attacks are going to do more. So, oh, and it's got solar power. So his attack. So now it was revealed he has solar power. So the sun, he basically, with the sun boost of solar power and the sun boost of his fire move, he would knock us out. And I just did a Dragon Dance, so I am going to Dynamax. It's going to double my health, so I will be able to live this attack and get off an attack first, because I am faster due to the Dragon Dance. So I'm kind of forced into Dynamaxing, because I could send out my Cinderace, but I would lose my Dragon Dance boost, and I'll just take damage. So that's another cool thing about Dynamax I'm learning, is it can be very situationally beneficial. So he went for a max Airstream, which did a ton of damage, and Speed Rose. And I'm curious, I just realized he still has Reflect up, and that is why. So better option in this case, because of the Reflect, that was my misplay, is I should have Dino G-Max to block the attack and the Reflect. And then, because if we look at his Pokemon here, guaranteed he still has a Reflect. Yeah. So, yeah. So this is going to be tricky, because now he's faster and stronger than I. The likelihood of me living an Airstream is probably low. But let's go for it. Let's go for it. Cinderace. No. So that was a good game. The Grimmsnarl with the Reflex really paid off. So that's a good lesson for all the Pokemon trainers out there. Using screens is a really good idea. As you saw, Grimmsnarl just blocked us. It ate so much time, and that Dragon Dance G-Max or Max move, Dragon move, would have killed the Charizard, but because the screens are up, it did not. It's nice that you keep getting, like, I got HP up, so I get battle points. So I didn't get to see his team. I was really excited to, but so far this team's done fairly well. It's a positive win on these teams. I think it's like 4-3 or something like that. So that is the last video of this team. I'm going to go switch to the next team. I really hope you guys are enjoying this new content, and I really like, personally, how I'm building up these little teams for all the new Pokemon trainers. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. It actually helps a lot on these videos, just for like YouTube. And thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.